Anunnaki, Descent, the Golden Promise. In the void of space, a sleek, metallic Anunnaki spacecraft hurtles towards Earth, its engines glowing hot against the cosmic cold. The interior of the spacecraft buzzes with alarms, lights flickering red as the systems wail their protests. The crew, a cadre of Anunnaki warriors and scientists, work frantically to regain control. Commander Nisir, divert power to the forward shields, he commands. Prepare for impact. The spacecraft shudders violently, metal groaning as the Earth's atmosphere embraces it with its fiery arms. Nisir watches as the console before him flickers, the last of their navigational controls fade into darkness. "It's up to the fates now," murmurs his second in command, Sati. Nisir nods. "Then let us hope the fates are on our side." Its sleek metallic exterior, designed to withstand the cosmic rays and the vacuum of space, now contends with the raw, unbridled power of a planetary descent at terminal velocity. Friction engulfs it in a fiery halo, a meteoric fireball streaking across the early morning sky. It's spotted by a few early risers on Earth, a shooting star they wish upon, unaware of the truth. The Anunnaki have arrived. Inside, the Anunnaki crew braces for impact. The spacecraft shudders and groans, its structural integrity pushed to the limits. Commander Nisir, his hands clasped behind his back, stands resolute, facing destiny with the calm assurance of one who has faced death before and prevailed. The forest below, serene and untouched, becomes the unwilling recipient of this visitor from the stars. Wildlife, startled by the sonic boom that heralds the spacecraft's approach, scatters in panic. Trees sway as if in a tempest, their branches thrashing wildly in the disturbed air. And then, impact. The force of the collision is monumental, a release of kinetic energy that sends shockwaves radiating through the air and even the ground itself. The spacecraft, its forward momentum unchecked, plows a deep furrow through the forest, toppling trees as if they were mere toys. The ground trembles. The dust and debris thrown up by the crash obscure the sky, casting a shadow over the crash site. A cloud of particulates rises into the air, marking the grave of the Anunnaki's once mighty vessel. The spacecraft, though largely intact, is a wreck of its former self. Its hull, designed for the cold, precise beauty of space, is scorched and twisted, a testament to its harrowing journey through Earth's atmosphere and the violence of its arrival. As the dust begins to settle, silence descends upon the forest, a silence profound and complete. The Anunnaki spacecraft, a silent, smoldering sentinel, lies amidst the devastation it has wrought, a stranger in a strange land. Inside, the crew stirs, shaken but alive, their mission of exploration taking on a new, more desperate dimension. As dawn breaks, casting a soft light through the canopy of the disturbed forest, the local wildlife cautiously edges closer to the scene of destruction. Deer, their eyes wide with a mix of curiosity and fear, step over fallen branches, pausing to stare at the smoldering wreckage of the Anunnaki spacecraft. Birds, momentarily silenced by the tumult, resume their songs, perching on nearby trees that somehow withstood the night's chaos. Within the spacecraft, Commander Nisir and his crew prepare to step into a world unlike any they've encountered. Donning their exosuits designed to shield them from hostile environments, they activate the seals, and the suits hiss as they pressurize. These suits, sleek and adorned with the symbols of their people, serve as their only barrier against Earth's alien atmosphere. The hatch, distorted by the crash but still functional, slowly opens with a groan of stressed metal, allowing the crisp, fresh air of Earth to seep in. The crew pauses, taking in their first breaths of Earth air, filtered and sterilized by their suits. It's a moment of realization, a tangible acknowledgement of their situation. They are truly stranded, far from the familiar skies of home. Nisir steps out first, his feet touching the Earth's soil, leaving the first Anunnaki footprints on a planet. The rest of the crew follows, spreading out to assess the damage to their vessel and to begin the arduous task of salvage. Their technology, advanced beyond humanity's wildest dreams, lies scattered and broken. Devices meant for navigation, communication, and repair are now just fragments of their former selves. Yet the Anunnaki are undeterred. They gather what remains, salvaging what they can, and setting up a perimeter around their new base of operations. Nisir, with a small group of his most trusted officers, ventures further into the forest. Their mission is twofold: to scout the surrounding area for resources and to establish a preliminary understanding of Earth's environment. The forest, alive with sounds and movements unfamiliar to them, presents a landscape of both wonder and danger. As they move, they encounter Earth's wildlife. A rabbit, frozen in place by the sight of these strange beings, eventually darts away. Squirrels chatter from the branches above, and somewhere in the distance the howl of a wolf carries through the air. Back at the crash site, the crew works tirelessly. Using tools that emit soft glows of energy, they begin the slow process of repairing their ship. It's a daunting task, and one that is interrupted by the approach of the local wildlife. A curious fox, its eyes reflecting the light from the tools, edges closer, only to scamper away when a crew member turns to look. The interaction, brief as it is, serves as a poignant reminder of their situation. Here, on this lush planet teeming with life, they are the aliens, the outsiders looking in. Yet there is no hostility, only curiosity from the native inhabitants. It's a small comfort, a momentary connection to this world that is now their home. In the aftermath of their arrival and the tentative exploration of their new environment, the Anunnaki crew begins to settle into a cautious routine, marking the crash site with symbols of their people and salvaging what they can from their crippled vessel. The sun is beginning its descent, casting long shadows through the trees, when the first signs of trouble stir in the underbrush. The forest, which had become a source of curiosity and cautious wonder for the crew, suddenly transforms into a stage for a confrontation of primal intensity. A group of Neanderthals, drawn by the strange lights and the unnatural disturbances in the forest, converges on the crash site. Their approach is stealthy, born of millennia of hunting and surviving in the wild. By the time the Anunnaki realize they are not alone, it's almost too late. The Neanderthals, using primitive but effective weapons, launch a surprise attack. The initial moments are chaos. Arrows and spears, hurled with surprising force, find their marks. Two of the Anunnaki crew, caught off guard by the ferocity and speed of the assault, fall before their comrades can react. Commander Nisir, witnessing the sudden loss, signals for his crew to retreat to a defensible position. The Anunnaki, though technologically superior, find themselves tested by the Neanderthals' knowledge of the terrain and guerrilla tactics. Using their advanced technology, they erect energy shields around their position, deflecting the incoming projectiles. Handheld energy weapons, set to stun, light up the encroaching dusk with their glow. The Neanderthals, witnessing the sudden display of power, hesitate but do not retreat. Their grunts and shouts uproar in the growing darkness. Nisir orders a tactical maneuver. A small contingent of his crew flanks the Neanderthals. Appearing suddenly from the shadows, they disarm and disorient the attackers with non-lethal force. Nisir himself steps forward, activating a device that emits a powerful but harmless sonic pulse. The Neanderthals, unable to withstand the disorienting sound, scatter into the forest. In the aftermath, the Anunnaki tend to their injured and pay respects to their fallen. Commander Nisir and his Anunnaki crew throw themselves into the urgent task at hand, the repair of their escape pods. The extensive damage to their main spacecraft relegates it to the background of their priorities, as salvaging the remnants of their advanced technology becomes paramount. They work with the diligence of those who are not only stranded, but have also discovered something remarkable, something worth returning to their distant home for. The repair of the escape pods progresses under the vigilant eyes of the crew and the curious gaze of the Neanderthals. The Anunnaki manage to bring the escape pods back to operational status. As the moment of return approaches, Nisir addresses his crew. His words, he speaks of Earth, not just as a world teeming with life and natural beauty, but as a reservoir of resources unparalleled in their experience. Among these resources, he emphasizes one of particular importance: gold. This precious metal, abundant on Earth, is a resource desperately needed by the Anunnaki and a local life form, the Neanderthals, that could be genetically altered and used as a permanent slave workforce. It is paramount that we get this information to Nibiru. With the communications array destroyed, the pods are our only chance, Nisir explained. With the activation of the escape pod's engines, it casting a brilliant light over the landscape, the Neanderthals watch the departure of these otherworldly visitors. As the pods ascend, leaving trails of light against the twilight sky, a profound silence envelops the clearing. The Neanderthals stand in awe, their expressions a mix of confusion and wonder. The escape pods disappear into the night sky, leaving behind an Earth that has unknowingly become a beacon of hope for a distant people. The Neanderthals, touched by the brief intersection of their lives with beings from beyond their understanding, retreat into the forest. As the story closes, the future remains unwritten, a canvas stretched across the stars, waiting for the brushstrokes of those who will return. The fate of Earth, with its boundless diversity and untapped riches, hangs in the balance. The universe holds its breath, watching and waiting for the Anunnaki's return. This is not goodbye, nor the end. Until the story continues, my friends, be an rocker.